The fire at Copper Ridge High was more than a tragedy. It was a warning. Leon Porter woke 3 days after the blaze in a hospital bed, tubes snaking from his burned arm and a fractured rib. He remembered the heat, the smoke, the weight of Elijah in his arms. But he didn't remember Detective Marion Cruz leaning over him, eyes cold with questions. "Mr. Porter," she said, voice clipped. "Did you see anyone near Wing B before the fire?" Anyone acting strange? Leon's throat tightened. He remembered the tall figure in the hallway, Randy Larkin, the history teacher. He remembered Larkin's words, "Mind your business or you won't have a job next week." He nodded. Cruz scribbled notes. "Suspect number 1 confirmed sighting." But then Leon noticed something. His janitor's cart was gone, replaced by a new identical one. His radio, his gloves, his master key ring vanished. They took everything that could tie him to the override codes. Meanwhile, the footage of the locked door leaked to the State Education Board. The governor demanded answers. The school's PR team doubled down. Malfunction, human error, nothing more. But the IT whistleblower, Jenna, the part-time tech, received a second anonymous email. Subject: next fire, next test. Body: they erased the first fire, but they won't erase the second. Room 310, chemistry storage, gas cylinders, Friday, 9:17 a.m. If the grant passes, no one gets hurt. If it fails, well, some doors only open from the inside. Jenna sent it to Cruz and to a local journalist, Maya Voss, who'd been digging into school budgets for months. Maya wasn't waiting. She dug deeper. She found the grant proposal. She found the emergency drill logs. She found a deleted maintenance request submitted by Leon Porter, dated 2 weeks before the fire. Request: fire door 207B latch jammed. Requires full disassembly. Recommend immediate repair. Status: denied. Signed, Randy Larkin as facilities liaison. And then Maya found the donor. The Copper Ridge Safety Initiative was funded by Clarion Capital Group, a private equity firm with ties to land development near the school's west campus. Their plan? Bulldoze the aging science wing for a tech incubator, but first, they needed the school to fail a safety audit. Fail or burn. 5 days after the threat, Friday, 9:15 a.m., room 310, Maya Voss stood outside Copper Ridge with a cameraman, heart pounding. She'd called Cruz. She'd called the fire department. No one came. She pushed the door open. Inside, stacked boxes, old lab tables, and 6 gas cylinders chained to the wall, unmarked, rusted. One valve hissed faintly. She reached for her phone. A shadow fell across the doorway. "You shouldn't be here, Maya." It was Leon, unannounced, uninjured, wearing a borrowed coat. He'd tracked the threat. He'd known. "I rewired the alarm myself. Disconnected the sensors in 310. Took the keys from Larkin's drawer last month. He thought I was cleaning." Maya froze. Simulated emergency events may raise public awareness of infrastructural weakness, bolster bond measure support, and suppress faculty resistance to administrative restructuring. Controlled risk through limited access zones can mitigate liability. That's not safety planning. That's orchestrating fear, a controlled incident. Was the fire not just a tragedy, but a tool? And here's the kicker, the timestamp on that file: 3 weeks before the blaze. Who would greenlight something like that? Who benefits? It didn't take long before two more names surfaced. Suspect number 2, Principal Nadine Harwell, longtime administrator, tenure of 12 years, known for her tough love policies. Also, recipient of a $15,000 consultation grant from a firm called, you guessed it, Orion Solutions. That grant? Paid just days before she pushed through the emergency school bond proposal, requiring fewer board votes in case of imminent threat to public safety. Coincidence? That's what she called it. Press clip. Principal Harwell, defensive. I had no knowledge of any simulated protocols. If something like that existed, it was not approved through traditional channels. But here's the truth. Her electronic keycard was used in the building at 10:39 a.m., the same minute the hallway door outside room 207 was locked, same minute as the tall figure with the hidden face and the long coat. Evidence technician Sergeant Kwan. The person who entered the override wasn't using their own key. They were using the principal's backup login. Either someone stole her badge, or she handed it over. But what if she wasn't the mastermind? What if she was just a pawn? Detective Cruz tapping a folder. We may have a ghost in the hallway. Someone who works behind layers. Someone who's done this before. Because then, a second school came up. Lincoln Tech Prep. Different town, different time. But same firm involved, same controlled incident. And that school suffered a malfunctioning gas leak during district testing last year. 3 students hospitalized. Same type of memo found in their archives, hidden under an innocuous file name. And guess who was consulting superintendent on both campuses? Suspect number 3. Dr. Victor Hale, former Director of District Safety Compliance, now on sabbatical, otherwise known as missing. But we also know this: Mr. Hale hired Mr. Larkin last spring, weeks after Larkin was let go from another district over aggressive leadership style and intimidation complaints from students. No background check from Copper Ridge, no warning to other staff, no explanation until now. Counselor Miss Vega, voice shaking. They let Larkin inside. But he didn't want to teach. He wanted to take over. Board member, safety chair. And he hated Leon C. Leon had seen a controlled disaster before, Hurricane Teddy. That warehouse fire? It was mishandled by private fire contractors that Leon testified against. And guess what private companies sent risk consultants to that fire? Orion. He's not just greedy. He's trying to kill students to force this grant. This isn't about money anymore. Leon nodded. I used to carry people out of burning buildings. Now I carry secrets out of burning schools. He pulled a small flash drive from his pocket. This has every access code, every email, every altered log, from the first fire to the threat in here, and the donor list. He handed it to Maya. You publish it. Or more kids burn. Maya hesitated. The drive felt like live wire. Then, a spark. From a frayed wire above cylinder number 4. Leon lunged, knocking Maya aside. The cylinder toppled. A hiss became a roar. Glass shattered, flame bloomed. And then, a figure ran past the doorway. Randy Larkin, suitcase in hand, passport bulging. He didn't look back. The explosion was contained, no students inside, but the front windows blew out. By the time crews arrived, the scene was ash. The flash drive buried under debris. Maya's camera crushed. But earlier, she'd uploaded the files, live, to the world, Headlines: Grant Graveyard, how one teacher betrayed a school to bulldoze land. Janitor whistle, 7 lives saved, 12 lies told. Copper Ridge fire, the donor behind the door lock. Parents flooded the streets. The governor declared a state of emergency. The school board chair resigned mid-speech. Randy Larkin, his private jet was spotted leaving Newark, last seen over the Atlantic. But the janitor's closet? They found something else, a folded note. I didn't ask for this uniform, but I'll wear it until the last child is safe. Signed, LP. And on the wall, a faded photo. Leon in full firefighter gear, medal ribbons he never wore. Caption: awarded but not given. Leon still walks the halls at dawn, mop in hand, badge still missing. But now students call out, "Mr. Porter, thank you." Teachers nod silently. Even Principal Vega stops to say, "Welcome back." He doesn't speak, he just nods and keeps cleaning. Because some heroes don't need applause, some just need the door left open. The fire is out, but the truth? It's just beginning to burn. You thought the story ended with the headlines: retired firefighter rescues special ed class in blaze, hero janitor, or guardian angel. But sometimes a story isn't about what did happen. It's about what almost did, and who tried to stop the truth from seeing daylight. Because while reporters flooded Copper Ridge High with microphones and questions, something larger, darker, was already unraveling. This time the spotlight wasn't on Leon Porter. It was on who tried to keep him quiet forever. New file, Shadow Protocol .docx. Uploaded anonymously to a whistleblower forum 2 days after the fire. The document? A buried memo from a private consulting firm, Orion Solutions, Crisis Management and Educational Risk Containment. Pages redacted, names hidden behind black lines, but the title reads, Phase 1, Controlled Incident Simulation, Copper Ridge High. Detective Cruz reads the file aloud.
Leon, recorded on body cam accident transcript years ago. They cut off exits to keep people penned inside. Said it reduced chaos. I saw firefighters blocked from entering. It wasn't about rescue, it was about containment. This wasn't an accident. This was a blueprint, one Leon had seen before. This time, it just happened to be in a school hallway. But the children weren't supposed to die. They were just supposed to be forgotten. Until he walked into that fire and ruined everything. Someone wanted to shut him up. Now they're scrambling to stay in the shadows. New video uploaded to local media channel. Title: Found Footage, Copper Ridge Pre-Fire Staff Meeting. The footage is shaky. A camera hidden in a bag, low quality as if recorded accidentally. But the conversation? Crystal clear. Male voice: we need visible failures. You let parents see flickering lights and broken locks and they'll beg for funding. Female voice: what about liability? Male voice again: liability is only real if you let it grow. If someone gets in the way, you cut the cord. Simple. Date of the meeting? 1 day before the fire. Confirmed staff attendees: Randy Larkin, principal; Harwell, doctor; Victor Hale, audio only, via call-in. Detective Cruz responds: we're preparing subpoenas now. But frankly, the people responsible aren't just running, they're erasing footprints. But it's too late. Because Elijah, the student Leon carried out in his arms, drew one more picture. This time, he drew the face behind the glass. And it wasn't just a figure, it was a badge clip, with a name printed clear: Harwell, Staff Access. Nadine Harwell, the woman who stood silent behind every press conference. Headline that week: Principal placed on leave amid fire conspiracy allegations. But the fire? That was just Act 1, a warning.
A new anonymous post hits a school whistleblower message board, posted by user HexFlyer080, subject, "They're not done." Leon interrupted Phase 1. Phase 2 starts next semester. Different school, same plan. Attached, a document, encrypted, labeled only Heron Ridge Middle,
Site testing, Q1, 2026. That school is 23 miles away. And guess who just applied for a vice principal role there? Nadine Harwell. They called him useless. They locked the doors, disabled alarms, tried to make 7 children disappear, and blamed a broken speaker. But Leon Porter, he broke their whole system open. And now, the quiet man with the mop is the only thing standing between them and the next simulated emergency. Stay tuned, because the deeper we go, the more we realize this story was never just about fire. Share this story. Follow to catch Part 3, Scorched Earth.